Hello and welcome to Live Sports Australia this Sunday, the 20th of May. Today we have a cracker of a game with the state championship women's match. We have the Knox Raiders facing off against the Waverley Falcons. Both teams are sitting at 8-1 apiece, so whoever wins this game will be on the top of the ladder. Knox's last loss actually was against the Waverley Falcons, albeit without Tegan Cunningham. So it should be a very difficult game for them today with Tegan playing. Also, Knox have a lot of star power with the likes of Mijovic, Ott and Sturton, and they'll probably be facing off against Bowen, Cunningham and Phillips. They're the ones to watch out for the Waverley Falcons. So it should be a very, very interesting game indeed. Flip a coin, it could be anyone really today. Tip-off's about to start in just over 30 seconds. So yeah, very exciting game coming up this afternoon. So I'll be back with you in just over 20 seconds. Okay, Van der Sarg wins the tip-off. Cunningham just misses that opportunity, so Knox will have a chance here to get first blood. Very fast action play here in the first few seconds. Knox kicks around, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. She pivots just off the rim. Good boards though from Knox. They kick out again. Shot clock is reset. 10 seconds left. Sturton, she gets caught up in traffic, and that's a charging foul. Van der Sarg will get the sideline, the sidebound. It's with Donald now. Back to Van der Sarg. Donald manages to keep on. It's been called out from the Knox player there, from Sturton. Van der Sarg now. Back to Donald. And a charge has been called against Donald. No, sorry, the foul's been called on Renee Mockey, so that will be her first. There's Fisher for Knox. Faces off against Donald. Bit of argy-bargy between the girls there as Dawson drives. She'll kick out to Ott. Three-point shot there from Sturton, and she gets it. So first blood goes to Knox. Donald keeping good handles there, bringing the ball up to court. Bowen, back to Donald. Donald to Van der Sarg. She'll drive. Doesn't go. Mockey's got the boards though. Mockey drives. Oh, just doesn't get it. And the boards are picked up by Mijovic. Knox, baseline drive. Reverse layup for two. And it's good. Emily Fisher, strong on the boards there. Long pass to Cunningham, almost gets it picked out of her hands there. So Knox sitting on 5. Waverley yet to score. Bowen drives. Back to Van der Sarg. Van der Sarg will drive. She gets her pocket picked, but she draws the foul. And the foul's called on Miovic. So Van der Sarg will get 2 attempts to bring this within a 3-point game. Gets the first. Hits the second. Fisher now. Fisher kicks it into Miovic. Miovic shoots. Ooh, unlucky bounce. Just goes in and out of the ring. Donald looks to punish. She'll drive. Went coast to coast. Didn't finish though. It's now up to Fisher. She gets caught up by Cunningham. Just misses the shot and it's come off the hands of Mocky. So Knox have another chance to put some points pressure here on the Falcons. Miovic. Round to Dawson. Back to Fisher. In with Sturton. Oh, good intercept there from Bowen. Falcons just slowing up the play here. It's with Cunningham now. Kicks out to Bowen again. Bowen drives for the 2. Ooh, in and out. She gets her own boards though and finishes. So 1 point the difference now. Oh, Bowen almost with the steal. And it's been called the Falcons' way. And some substitutions there called for Knox. Rachel Quirk coming on. She's replacing Sturton. Referees just switching positions. And a warning's been given to Moningham, I believe, from Knox. Good 2 there from the Falcons. Oh, and a good finish there from Knox as well as Quirk gets her first points of the game. Bowen handles. Oh, just gets intercepted there from Miovic. We see Fisher drive. She gets the 2, and isn't she great under the basket? There's Bowen now. Good handles. Donald. Yep, and that's a foul. And that's called on Ott. Ott was kind of arguing against it, but her feet weren't set. So that puts Knox on 3 fouls for this quarter. And Ott will sub off for Santomaggio. Van der Sarg. Back to Donald. Bowen, she calls the play. Van der Sarg, she's up the top. 4 seconds on the clock. She shoots. It's off the rim. Good boards there from Dawson. Long 2. It's off the back. Bowen picks it up, but Dawson almost had a chance to keep it. And her foot's out of court. No, sorry, it's been called off the Knox player. So it will be a Falcons sideline. Van der Sarg. Back to Bowen. Van der Sarg. Donald. Cunningham. We haven't seen much of her yet this game. Misses the fade. Knox are looking to punish with Ott. Ott out to Quirk. Three-point attempt, and it's good. Emily Fisher for three. Oh, and that's a foul. And it's called a holding foul on Tegan Cunningham. So that will be Tegan's first. Tegan can't really believe it. And subbing on for the Falcons now at 34, we have Tanea Phillips, and she'll be replacing Mocky. And a timeout's been called by the Waverley Falcons. So the current score is 6-12, and we'll be back with you after this short break. Okay, so timeout's over. So we'll see what Bonghetti's come up with to go against this Knox offense. As we see the ball kicked out, and good points there from Mijovic. Tanea Phillips bring the ball up to court now. Kicks out to Tanea. Tanea long two. Just off the back of the rim there. Girls bring the ball up to court now. Under the basket. She draws the foul. Mijovic will go to the line for two. Foul's called on Vandersarg. So that puts the Falcons on three personal fouls for this quarter, with Knox sitting on four. And Dawson subbed off. She's been replaced by Mathers. So Falcons now under some serious points pressure. 10 points of difference now. Donald, she's on her own. She's got Bowen there to help. Tanea now. Back to Bowen. Bowen to Cunningham. Back to Bowen. Bowen for three. She had 5 seconds left. Vandersarg gets the boards though. It's kicked out to Cunningham. Cunningham with the long two, and she gets it. And didn't the Falcons need that? Great ball movement and movement of hands there from the Falcons. Raiders here looking to maintain this points pressure. Long three from downtown. Bowen gets the boards though. Donald being contained well by Phillips. Cunningham. And that's a holding foul. So that's a non-shooting foul on Leah Santamaggio. So that puts Knox into the bonus. So Cunningham will go to the line for two. And then they should get the sidebound play. First one's good. Hits the second. Phillips bringing the ball up for Knox. Santamaggio. Oops, bit of a fumble there. It's picked up by Donald with Phillips now. Phillips gets caught up in traffic. She gets past the line just in time. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Seven seconds left on the clock. It's with Bowen. Bowen for the long two, just off the top of the rim. Falcons keep playing this outside game, which is very frustrating. They're unable to finish. They really need to penetrate into the paint and get some points on the board as Mijovic gets a pocket pick by Bowen. Cunningham all the way. Tanea almost gets the tip in, doesn't go. And now Knox is on the fast break. They have a 2-on-2. Foul has been called. And that should be on Bowen. No, sorry, the foul has been called, yes, on Bowen. So that will be Bowen's second, and the Raiders will substitute two players with Sturton and Tarabolsi coming onto court. Tarabolsi will be replacing Mijovic after the shot. And it's good. Gets a second, so 8 points of difference now. And Falcons make a substitution now with Grace Beasley coming onto court. She's replacing Donald. So let's see what she can do against Stephanie Phillips, who's been very strong in the guard position for Knox. Tanea Phillips. Yeah, good pass there to Beasley. Beasley to Cunningham. Cunningham from outside, doesn't go. Baseline play here. 3-point shot, no good. And that'll be a Falcons feed baseline. So Knox have been playing very good with this full court press, putting a lot of pressure on the Falcons girls here, forcing them to play a faster style play coming up to court. As we see Mocky try for the two. She didn't have help there under the basket. Oh, good pick up from Bowen. And it's come off the hands of, oh, that should have come off the hands of Knox, but it's been called the way of the Falcons. So Falcons now playing a press. And they're back into man-on-man. Falcons really need to keep some of these taller Knox players out of the paint. 3-point shot, it's in and out. Beasley bringing the ball up to court. With Cunningham now, out to Tanea Phillips. Shot there from Bowen, her feet weren't set, it's in and out. Cunningham, good boards. Back with Beasley, good pass to Bowen. Bowen under the basket for two. So, back to 6 points difference. Sturton. 9 seconds left on the clock. Shoots the two and she gets it. Good work there from Mathis. 26 seconds remain. Oh, lob pass there to Mocky. Mocky, reverse layup. Nine seconds left in this quarter. Sturton picked up by Cunningham. Cunningham. And foul's been called. Foul was called on Sturton. So that will send Cunningham for two. Misses the first. Let's see if she can bring this game within 5 points. Gets the second. 1 second remaining. Long shot. Nowhere near the basket, but Knox can be quite happy with that first quarter. They played very well and have managed to keep this points pressure on the Waverley Falcons. So we'll get back to you in just under 2 minutes for the second quarter. Okay, so we got some quick stats here from the first quarter. So leading in rebounds is Knox on 11 with Waverley on 9. Interestingly enough, is Knox has had 9 defensive rebounds to Waverley's 5. And the turnovers, Knox has had more turnovers, 7 versus Waverley's 2. And Waverley is hitting about 31% at the 2-point margin, with Knox sitting at 56%, which says a lot, really, about that first quarter. So Waverley now playing a full court press. Good ball movement here from Knox so far. Drives, finishes for 2. Rachel Quirk. Pass off there to Beasley. Beasley breaks some ankles. Cunningham. Long 2. Falcons really need to start penetrating more under the paint, getting some picks and rolls happening under there. Otherwise, they could see this margin blow out again. Long 2-point. Good pick up from Beasley. Oh, bad choice. Bad the players. The Falcons just getting a little frustrated here on their offense. Just can't seem to play the style of game that they want to be able to play. Knox just being very strong defensively and offensively as Mocky almost picks the ball there. Kicks out to Quirk. It's in the hands of Tarell Bolsey now. A finish by Mathers. Phillips to Mocky. Mocky under the basket, fades. And no help there under the basket for Mocky. Lob pass out to Sturton. Sturton. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, good pass under the basket. Doesn't finish though. Good boards from Mocky. Ewan to Beasley, to Phillips, to Mocky. Beasley now. 3-point attempt, just off the rim. Back to Beasley. She'll drive under the... Oh, she had the chance to shoot there. She tried to get the ball to Cunningham, but it got picked up by the Knox defense. Kick out. Downtown, threw up a wish, didn't go the way she wanted. And the Raiders make 3 substitutions with Mijovic coming back on the court. And timeout's been called, this time by Knox. So we'll be back with you shortly. Okay, and we're back into play now with Tanae Phillips. She'll pass off to Ewan. It's with Cunningham. Back to Phillips. Ewan now. She's looking for a play. Oh, good pass to Phillips. And an alley-oop for 2. And that's what we want to see. That's what we call here at the Falcons Nest the demotivator. Oh, good ball movement from Knox. They just fumbled on the end of that last play. 7 seconds on the clock. She fades, picks up the foul though. So that was called on Mocky, which should be her second, I believe. So Ott will go to the line. So Mocky sitting on 2 fouls. Ott misses the first. Hits the second though. And subbing on for the Raiders at number 7, we have Lucy Dawson, and she's replacing Mathers. Tanae Phillips. Ewan, back to Phillips. Phillips can't get quite past Sturton. Oh, good movement there from the Falcons. Beasley. And this is exactly what we want to see more of, more penetration of the paint. And a foul's called on Sturton again. So that's Sturton's second. So Cunningham and Mocky on the bench now. They've been replaced by Bowen and Vanderzag. Donald. To Bowen. Oh, good pass there to Vanderzag, and she finishes for 2. So we're back within a 6-point game. Knox still doing a great job of points pressure, holding on to this lead. 3-point attempt, and it's good. Nothing but net for Emily Fisher. It's with Ewan, back to Van der Sarg, to Phillips. And hasn't Ewan made all the difference with this matchup with Donald? Kicks out to Phillips, 8 seconds on the clock, 3-point attempt. And it's good! So Sturton to Ott. Back to Ott now. Ott, no one was on her. Misses the 3. Knox gets boards though. Kick out to Fisher. Oh, good ball movement there from the Raiders. And Mijovic finishes for 2. Donald bringing the ball up to court. She goes coast to coast. Doesn't finish though. That should have been called out. And a holding foul's been called against Ewan, I believe. Yep, and that's correct. So Bonghetti's not really happy with that call. So Ewan will get her first personal. And in and out. So, tech foul was called, I believe, on Bonghetti, which is why they're going to the line for the shot. Dawson will have the inbound. So Knox now sitting on 31 to Waverley's 22. Mijovic kicks out. No good on the 3. Good boards there from the Knox though. Oh, bad pass. Bowen picks it up, keeps it alive with Donald. Donald kicks back to Bowen. Bowen will drive the whole way. Oh, just doesn't bounce the way she wants though. See Sturton now. She kicks out to Fisher. Back out to Sturton. Good ball movement from Knox. 3-point attempt, no good. Fast play from Donald. It's with Ewan. Back to Donald now. Donald's looking for any kind of opening in this Knox defense. Oh, good pass there to Van der Sarg. Van der Sarg under the ring, draws the foul on Mijovic. Mijovic not happy on that call. So Mijovic also on 2 fouls. Van der Sarg hits the first. And hits the second. Sturton. It's been called off the Falcons player. So Leah Santomaggio is subbing on for Emily Fisher. And Sturton just had her foot out of court. Van der Sarg inbound. So Donald calling a play. Back to Donald. Oh, good pass there to Bowen. Kicks out to Van der Sag, and she gets the outside too. Just off the rim, Donald hits it out of court. Sorry, Bowen, not Donald. So Santamaggio inbound. Gets into Mijovic. And a charge against Mijovic. So that will put Mijovic on 3. So I would expect Shanahan to sub Mijovic off pretty soon. Save her for the later quarters. Yep, and that's exactly what's happened. As Mathers will replace Mijovic's role there. To Phillips. Oh, good intercept there from Mathers. And it's come off Knox player. They missed that opportunity. So Falcons will get another chance to catch up to this 6-point lead. Oh, and that's a foul. It's another foul on Sturton. Oh, that's interesting. They've called the foul on Dawson first for holding. So Sturton still safe on 2 fouls. Bowen fumbles. Van der Sag picks up, though. It's kicked out to Donald. Just doesn't go. Falcons need to do what they did at the start of this quarter and start penetrating and getting more of the high percentage points on the board rather than playing this game which they are now, which is trying to hit the points from the outside. Phillips kicks out to Ewan. Ewan, another outside shot. And see, this is what's frustrating, because they had the numbers, but they've chosen again to shoot from outside rather than use the overlap to get an easier 2. Sturton. Dawson shoots. And just comes off the backboard there. And Tegan Cunningham will replace Van der Sag. I probably would like to see a combination of Van der Sag and Cunningham, seeing that Mijovic has been benched for the moment, which may create more of an opportunity under the basket for the Falcons. Bowen fades, doesn't go. Good boards there from Santamaggio, especially going up against Cunningham. Ooh, fumbles. Lucky she didn't get a carry there. So we see Ott back with Sturton now. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Another holding foul has been called on the Falcons. This time it's called on Donald. So it'll be a sideline ball. Ott into Sturton. Good ball movement from Knox so far. Good fade. Jumper doesn't go. Cunningham strong on boards, as you would expect. Donald. Donald to Rourke. Back to Cunningham. 9 seconds on the clock. Phillips looking for the pass. To Donald, to Cunningham. Out to Bowen for the three. No good. And a jump ball's been called. So it will go Knox's way. So it won't bother them too much. And a timeout's been called to the Knox Raiders. So we'll be back with you shortly. Okay, and we're back after that quick break. So let's see what Shanahan's come up with just under 2 seconds left of this half. Long pass. And that gets blocked by Cunningham. So that brings up the end of halftime with Knox in the lead on 31 and the Waverley Falcons on 26. So we'll be back with you shortly in about 10 minutes' time for the second half. Okay, and we're back with the game just about to start in just about 40 seconds' time. Just some quick stats. Waverley currently behind on total rebounds on 20 to 22. Knox still leading on turnovers 11 to 5. And Waverley leading on steals 6 to 2. Knox at the 2-point attempts sitting on 44, with Waverley just creeping back up on 30. And the 3-point margin, Knox is hitting 27% of their 3-point attempts, with Waverley only hitting about 14. So, yeah, kind of showing you the difference in this game. Also at the field goal attempts, Knox are leading 38 to 26. So Waverley definitely need to increase that margin. Although they do have a higher efficiency on 32 to 27. As play gets back underway here at the Falcons' Nest, with Cunningham under the basket for 2. And the Knox defense just ripped open there from the ball movement from Waverley. Mijovic now fades for 2, in and out, good boards from Knox as Ott finishes. And that's been called off the hands of Sturton. So the Knox bench certain that it was came off Cunningham. But Waverley will get another attempt to punish. And Mijovic picks up the pass. Fast break from the Raiders here. Draws the foul on Bowen. So blocking foul's been called there on Bowen as Ott goes to the line for 2. That's Bowen's second. Ott hits her first. And hits the second. So Rebecca Ott now at 100% at the bonus line. That being her first time sent to the bonus line for this game, actually. Cunningham outside 2. And reaching foul there for Cunningham. No argument there from her. So that's Cunningham's second personal and Waverley's second for this quarter. Good ball movement here from Knox. Waverley now sitting in a almost a zone defense. Well, it is a zone defense, I should say. Bowen. Vandersag. Bowen to Donald. Mocky sets a screen. Had little effect, and a holding foul has been called. No, sorry, a charge has been called against the Falcons. This time on Cunningham, and Cunningham can't believe it. So that puts Cunningham on 3. I'm not sure if we got that in the replay, but we can probably see in the end of this quarter. Sturton now. Oh, that's a charge. Sturton with a big charge on Donald there, and that should put Sturton on 3. And she's been subbed off for Quirk. Yep, so that's 3 for Sturton there. Bowen bringing the ball up to court. Cunningham, back to Donald. Good drive there from Donald under the basket, just over the rim. And interesting to note is that the youth women aren't playing at home this week. Good intercept there from Van der Sar, but it's picked up by Mijovic. She'll get the jumper. So they are missing a few of their youth players that would be playing for them this week. And pushing foul has been called on Renee Mocky. So Waverley now on 14 fouls to Knox's 1. So they've got to be very careful here not to get into the bonus territory. This game suddenly becoming very scrappy. Oh, good rejection there from Mocky. Good handles here from Fisher. Oh, three-point attempt there from Ott, and it's good. So 12 points of difference now. Cunningham. Yep, and that's a foul. So Rachel Quirk picks up the foul there, and Cunningham should go to the line for 2. Shots up, shots good. Hits a second. Ott's calling for help. Came a bit late. Waverley playing a 2-3 zone. Mijovic gets in there. They didn't really box her out. So Knox creeping ahead with this 12-point lead. And we'll see Tanea Phillips replace Mocky. And timeout's been called, so we'll be back with you shortly. Okay, and time's back in. So it's a Knox ball sideline. As Fisher kicks it out to Ott. Ott, 3-point attempt. And it's good. So the Falcons did not want that. Donald. Coast to coast from Donald. Throws up a gift. But it's drawn the foul on Mijovic. So good news there for Donald. So a lot of girls now starting to get into foul trouble. So that puts Mijovic on 4 personal fouls. So she'll get replaced by Mathers. And I wouldn't expect to see her until the fourth quarter. Donald hits the first. So this is the first time we've seen Donald here at the foul line. Hits a second, so that's 100% for her at the moment. Ott. She's getting double teamed by the Falcons girls there. And a non-shooting foul's called. And it's called on Sam Donald. And that puts the Falcons in bonus territory. So we have Fisher here at the line shooting the bonus. And Bongetti gets a warning from the referee. Fisher hits the first. Now, last half, she was shooting at 66% from that line. Phillips, Van der Sarg, Donald. Oh, good pick up there from Quirk, and she finishes for two. Donald. Bowen. Van der Sarg. Tries to kick it into Cunningham. Gets picked up by Fisher. Fisher gets her pass picked up by Cunningham now. But Knox have maintained. Ott gets caught in traffic. Oh, but manages to get it off to Mathers, who finishes for two. So a huge margin starting to creep up here on the Falcons. Almost 20 points the difference now. Oh, good fake there from Donald, and she finishes for two. She was looking for the foul as well. Didn't get it. Dawson. Quirk. To Ott. Ott to Dawson. Drive there from Quirk, who will go to the line. So the foul's called on Kelly Bowen. And that's 3 personal fouls for Bowen now. So a lot of the Falcons girls now sitting on 3. As Quirk misses her first. She shot about 50% last half from that line. Good drive from Bowen, coast to coast. Ooh, just off the lip. She gets her own boards though, and sinks it for 2. So we're 36 to 50. Eight seconds on the clock. Shots up, no good. Donald gets her hands on it, but it's called off Phillips. No, sorry, it was called off Donald. So a warning's now been given to the Knox coach. And the shot clock will be reset to 14. Oh, and no one was on her. It's just some lazy defense there from the Falcons. Phillips under the basket. Reverse layup. Gets the 2. Ott calls a play. Dawson in the hands of Phillips. Back to Dawson. Back to Ott. Ott shoots the three. No good. Good boards there from Cunningham. Cunningham starting to get a bit frustrated with the Knox defense. It's off the hands of Dawson. And subbing on for Dawson is Leah Santamaggio. Donald. Drives. Shoots. Doesn't get it. It's in the hands of Ott. Back to Ott now. Quirk. Good ball movement here from Knox. 10 seconds left on the clock. And a non-shooting foul has been called on Bowen. So that puts Bowen on 4. And Sophie Rourke will replace Bowen as Quirk gets a chance to shoot from the bonus. Misses the first. Hits the second though. Donald keeps a hand over it. Phillips. Cunningham. Donald. Donald drives baseline for 2. Beating Stephanie Phillips under the basket. Ott to Phillips. To Mathers. Mathers drives, gets caught in traffic, but gets the 2. So 15 points of difference now. Falcons starting to creep back. Donald, 10 seconds left on the clock. Shoots the 3. Off the lip, sorry. Santamaggio, it's 2-on-1. And a good finish there from Quirk. Phillips needs to be careful there. Lucky the ref didn't call her on holding Donald's shirt. Oh, and 3 points. Beautiful 3 points from Sophie Rourke there. Ott. 3-point attempt from Knox. It's off the lip. And it's called off Phillips. It's called off the foot of Phillips. And Monkey and Beasley are now coming onto court. They'll replace Donald and Van der Sar. Five seconds left on the shot clock. Outside 3, no good. Cunningham got the boards though. Beats Mathers under the basket. Phillips, she's looking for help. She gets it in the hands of Beasley. Out to Rourke, to Cunningham. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Good pass to Cunningham, who finishes for 2. Beautifully done there from the Falcons. 3 seconds left on the clock. And that brings up the end of the third quarter. So Knox is still leading 57-45. And we'll be back with you in just under 2 minutes' time. And some quick stats here. Knox leading in total rebounds, 33 to 26. Knox are now sitting at about 61% efficiency to the Falcons' 47%. And hitting about 55% of their two-point shots and 25% of their three-point shots, compared to the Falcons, who are only hitting about 37% of their two-point shots and 22% of their threes. Some argy-bargy here for the ball. It's called a jump ball, and that will go the way of the Falcons. Just quick cleanup of battle there between the two Falcons girls. So Cunningham with the baseline. To Phillips. Back to Cunningham. Picked up by Beasley to Cunningham, under the basket again. And unfortunately didn't go. So Knox now have a chance to punish. 3-point attempt. It's in and out. And it's gone the way of Knox. Ooh, and another foul has been called on the Falcons. This time it's called on Sophie Rourke. So that's only Sophie's first, so she wouldn't be too concerned. Lucy Dawson hits the first. Yeah. She's shooting at about 57%. And expect that to go up after those two shots. Beasley to Phillips. Cunningham. To Beasley. Rourke. Cunningham. Cunningham fades for two. Just off the lip. Good ball movement here from Knox. And a turnover. 3 seconds in the court. 3 seconds in the key. So Mather's just not leaving the paint quick enough. And fouls called there on Phillips. Well, that's Phillips's first, so she won't be too worried. Beasley to Rourke to Cunningham. Back to Beasley. Long pass over, shots up, no good. 3 seconds in the court, so it's another turnover. Mathers. Shots up, no good. Picked up by Tanea Phillips. Tanea Phillips looking for an open person. Oh, good pass to Tanea under the basket for a reverse layup for two. Good eyes there from Cunningham. Quirk. Kicks out to Phillips. Air ball there from Dawson. Beasley bringing the ball up to court. Cunningham, good ball, good, almost another textbook pass there, but it got picked up by Santamaggio. Phillips. Ooh, she gets caught in traffic and a foul's called. So a non-shooting foul's been called on Sophie Rourke, so that's her second. And another timeout's been called, this time by Knox. So we'll be back with you in about 2 minutes. Okay, and we're back into play. As we see Fisher kick off to Santamaggio. Good intercept there from Van der Sar. She passes to Phillips. Beasley now. Back to Van der Sar, to Phillips. Oh, good drive there from Phillips. Can she finish for two? She does! So 10 points of difference now. So Falcons starting to creep back. Oh, good boards there from Cunningham. It's with Beasley to Van der Sar on the fast break. She gets caught in traffic. And a non-shooting foul's called. And it's called on Santamaggio. And Knox makes some substitutions. They sub in Sturton and Ott. Kicks out to Beasley. Beasley drives for two. Open the defense up like a can of beans. So good drive here from Knox. Good boards there from Mijovic. Off the back of the rim. Beasley picks it up though. Tanea Phillips will bring the ball up to court. Cunningham. Back to Phillips. To Beasley now. Beasley, long pass to Cunningham. Cunningham outside two, and she hits it. So we are now back within 6 points. Anyone's game at this point. 3-point attempt, no good. Cunningham strong on boards. Beasley will bring the ball up to court. Beasley drives, passes out. Shot missed. Almost out, but it's kept in by the Knox offense. Oh, a good pressure there from the Falcons. Cunningham doing a great job there to stop Lucy Dawson. So Falcons need to get a stop. Mijovic, good pass back in, under the basket for 2. Falcons fell asleep there on that last play. Van der Sar to Phillips. Phillips will drive. She gets to Cunningham, who's under the boards for 2. And that's what we like to see more of. Ott. Sturton. And a foul's been called. So non-shooting foul. And it's called on Sophie Rourke. So she gets a warning as well. So that's Rourke's 3rd. Oh, no one was on her. 3-point attempt from Mijovic. Unfortunately, didn't go. Good boards from Beasley, though. Tanea Phillips on the fast break. Reverse layup for 2! Beautifully done there from Tanea Phillips. So Knox starting to feel a bit more pressure here from the Falcons. Falcons playing a 2-3 zone at this point. Great job of boxing them out. Oh, unfortunately, Cunningham got beaten by Mijovic. But it's called off the Knox player. Ott doesn't believe it was off her hands. Van der Sar baseline to Phillips. Beasley. Van der Sar. Phillips. Cunningham. Cunningham drives, draws the foul. Doesn't sink though. It's only 4 points the difference now. Let's see if Cunningham can bring this within 2. Hits the first. Cunningham's sitting at about 44% for this game from that line. Normally it's a bit higher. Oh, good intercept there from Van der Sar. As we see Phillips bring the ball up. With Rourke to Beasley. Back to Phillips. Phillips looks for the opening. She'll drive, draws the foul. And the foul's called on Lucy Dawson. So timeout to Knox. And that was Dawson's 2nd. So Knox is sitting on 4 team fouls to Waverley's 3. And we'll get back to you after this quick break. Okay, and we're back. So we'll see Tanea Phillips shoot. Now she's sitting at 50% from this line. Hits the first. And hits the second. So 1 point the difference in this game. Milovic, step back jumper for two. Knox now on a 3-point lead. Beasley now. She gets it to Phillips. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Phillips will drive. Floater for two! Great work there from Phillips. And hasn't Phillips been crucial to changing this game around with that inside drive? Forced layup there from Fisher. Gives Waverley the stop. Waverley now looking to get ahead on this next play. Tanea Phillips. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Rourke shoots the outside three. Doesn't go. It's picked up by Ott. Ott draws the foul on Beasley. So both teams now on 4 teams fouls apiece. Beasley only getting her first personal. And we see Bowen coming onto court now. So both teams only have 1 foul left to give, with Waverley with 2 timeouts remaining. And only 1 minute 40 left. Milovic kicks out to Ott. Ott, long pass over to Quirk. Back to Ott now. 4 seconds left on the clock. She has to shoot. Oh, and she gets the 3! And oh boy, did they need that. Knox get the stop. They're holding on to the ball. Ott's trying to with it now. And a foul's called. Reaching foul called on Van der Sar. 1 minute 14 remaining. So, this is bad news for Waverley. They did not want that. And now we have Ott at the line for 2. Misses the first. Ott's shooting at about 37% from this point, from this line. Hits the second. So 67 plays 62. 5 points of difference now. Waverley need to get some points on the board. Tanea Phillips with the 3-pointer. Doesn't go. Ott looking to punish. Oh, bad pass there to Dawson. But it's come off a Waverley leg. So Knox will get another chance. Dawson. To Sturton. Good pick up there from Van der Sar. She draws the foul. So Waverley will go to the bonus line. So Van der Sar needs to hit these 2. She has to hit these 2 points to keep Waverley in this game. The pressure is immense. You could cut the tension here in the Falcons' nest with a knife. Hits the first. She's shooting at 50% at this line. Hits the second. Timeout has been called. This will be Knox's last timeout. Waverley still have 3 to give. So we will be back with you very shortly. Don't go anywhere. All right, and we're back, and I would expect to see a 3-point play here from Knox. Waverley desperately need to get a stop here. They cannot let Knox score. Waverley on a 2-3 zone. 43 seconds left of this game. Knox playing down the clock. As we see Rebecca Ott playing down the shot clock. She looks for an opening. Kicks out straight into the hands of Tanea Phillips. She drives. Oh. And a foul's been called. And that is great news from the Waverley Falcons. That's exactly what they wanted. It's been called out of bounds. And a timeout has been called, I believe this time to Waverley. 25 seconds remain. So I would expect a 3-point play here from Waverley as well to get ahead. The other option would be to go for the 2 and hope to draw the foul. But as they say, basketball is a game of seconds. And we're seeing that right here now at the Falcons' Nest with 25.4 seconds remaining in this game. So let's see what Coach Bonghetti comes up with. I thought it would have been an unsportsmanlike seeing there was 2 players on that drive on Phillips, but it's been called out of bounds. Good drive there from Beasley. Oh, just off the lip. And a foul's been called. This time against Waverley. And it's called on Vandersag. So this is not what they wanted to see. Vandersag can't believe it. So this will send Lucy Dawson to the line, who's shooting at about 25% from this point. Gets the first shot though. So it's a 4-point game now. Hits the second, and that is not good news. And as expected, a timeout's been called by Waverley. This should advance the ball. And look, it's not looking good at this point. Coach Bonghetti needs to come up with a miracle to get Waverley back in this. And we'll be back with you shortly. Okay, and we're back. So the ball will advance. Waverley need to do a 3-point attempt and get a quick stop. Cunningham to Phillips. Foul's called. This time on Dawson. So that sends Phillips to the line for 2. So good news so far. Oh, Phillips misses the first. Hits the second though. Waverley must stop. They must stop here. Good intercept from Cunningham. Cunningham drives, draws a foul, and she'll get a chance for 2. So, call there was on Burke. "13 seconds left in this game. Cunningham must finish 2. Gets the first. Oh, misses the second. Good boards there from Milovic. Foul is called. Waverley still have 1 timeout to give. And Van der Sarg has been fouled out. So Sophie Rourke will replace Van der Sarg. Milovic hits the first. She's shooting at 44% from this line. So 4 points of difference, 5 points of difference now. Not good news. 10 seconds remain. Donald. Bowen for 3. Oh, doesn't get it. And another foul is called. This time it's called on Sturton. No, sorry, it's been called on... It's called on Sophie Rourke. So that will send Knox to the line and Sturton will shoot. Sturton shooting about 25% at this point from here. Gets the first. And hits the second. So 3 seconds remain. 2-1, shots up, no good. So Knox, having played a very good game, consistently keeping the Falcons at bay under points pressure, win 73-66. I'm Andrew Bretherton for Live Sports Australia, and we look forward to seeing you next week.